Drowning Mona takes place in Verplank, New York, and centers around Sheriff Rash.
No! He's not a sheriff!
Sorry, Chief Rash, who's trying to piece together the mysterious death of Mona Dearly. Pinning down a suspect may be difficult, however, because it seems that the whole town is happy she's dead.
As far as I'm concerned, Ding Dong the witch is dead.
My loved one.
What was she doing in my car?
We gotta celebrate.
Drowning Mona was released in 2000 and was directed by Nick Gomez. I wasn't familiar with Nick Gomez, so I looked him up on Wikipedia. He hasn't done much in the way of movies, but his television filmography is notable. He's directed episodes of Oz, Law and Order, The Shield, The Sopranos, Dexter, True Blood, House, Burn Notice, and Daredevil, to name a few. Bette Midler plays Mona Dearly, a very nasty woman and possibly a dressmaker?
I didn't know your mom was a dressmaker.
Me neither.
She plummets to her death within the first few minutes of the movie, and from there we only see her in flashbacks. The name Mona Dearly is actually a clever reference to this, as it's an anagram for Only a Dream.
She's dead. Thank you, Dr. Schwartz.
Danny DeVito is Chief Rash, and upon investigating the scene begins to think there might be more to Mona's death than just an accident.
There are no skid marks. She never hit the brakes.
He begins looking around and asking questions.
Did your mother suffer from any medical conditions you might know of?
I think she had a personality disorder.
He soon finds out that things may be more complicated than he expected.
And he threatened your mom's life. Well, why didn't you report this?
Because everyone threatened her life.
When Lucinda confirms his suspicions, it may be less of a whodunit than who didn't.
I'll show you. These here are the brake lines.
They've all been cut.
You're a total freak.
The actress that plays Lucinda is Kathleen Wilhoit. I recognize her from Fire in the Sky and Roadhouse. She's actually a small actress, and it's pretty funny seeing her stand next to Danny DeVito. She looks huge. The reason I wanted to talk about Drowning Mona is I feel like the movie never really got the attention it deserves. It has an all-star cast with some really great performances. The characters manage to be silly and quirky, but at the same time they feel like they could also be your neighbor, like a real person. The only exception to this might be Will Ferrell as Cubby the funeral director. He seems just a little bit over the top and creepy, but it's Will Ferrell and that's why we love him. For me, the real stars of the show are the Dearlys, played by Bette Midler, William Fichtner, and Marcus Thomas. All three of them are really funny at playing horrible people, and they are just horrible to everybody, even each other.
Cut it out, you little shitter! I'll kill you! You've been playing Wheel of Fortune with someone else!
Jeff is lazy and stupid. He's also missing a hand. There's a funny scene at the diner where a few of the characters are trying to guess how he lost it.
Oh, that's Jeff Dearly, man.
What about him?
You gotta hand it to him.
There's a running gag where they all seem to think he lost it while reaching for a beer. Phil Dearly is a sneaky liar. He's my favorite character in the movie. Every scene he's in, he has great responses and reactions to things people are doing.
So, you want to tell Jeff about his mom, or you think we should do it, or?
Yeah. That's, I mean, we'd be more than happy to do it, Phil. You know, it's just that coming from you know, may cushion the blow.
Being that, he's your son and all, we just...
Well, in that case, it might be best if one of you did it.
Mona is the smartest and the worst of the three. And it's hilarious. Bette Midler is just great. I could watch her swear and yell at people all day. It's easy to see why nobody cares that she's dead, and some may even think it's a good thing.
She deserved it. I bet property values go up.
The comedy in the film is mostly clever and character-driven, but the tone will occasionally fluctuate to something a little more cartoony. Most of the characters are well written and acted. You can get a sense of who they are without a whole lot of exposition. The two exceptions are Feige and Clarence. Feige is second in command at the police station. He's really into his job, and I get the feeling he wants a promotion.
Lieutenant Grimm is speaking. Lieutenant?
He's had some run-ins with Mona,
You're gonna pay for this, Feige!
but we don't know much about him other than that. Clarence seems like he's homeless. We often see him fishing. His clothes and hair are a mess. Later in the movie, Clarence is just as surprised as the audience to find out that he's married. He becomes pretty important to the plot, so I think it's a little strange that he remains so mysterious. Drowning Mona is a fun little comedy with some big names. It makes me laugh and makes me laugh often. It's the type of movie that feels like it should have a cult following. I feel like the comedic tone could have been slightly more consistent, and that a couple of the characters could have been fleshed out more. It would have also helped if some of the characters had a stronger motive for killing Mona, just to make it harder to guess the ending. I give Drowning Mona a 7 out of 10. It's become one of my favorite little movies, and I hope you'll give it a chance too. If you've already seen it, let me know what you thought in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.